Nelson Mandela was born in 1918 and was a prolific campaigner against apartheid in South Africa. He was then arrested for conspiring to overthrow the state in 1962. After immense political pressure, he was released from prison in 1990 and later became president of South Africa in 1994. But that's not how everyone remembers it. Some people claim to remember news reports of him dying in the 1980s. This isn't just like a few people, this is thousands of people all across the globe. After this, the term Mandela effect was used to refer to things where great numbers of people remember events that never actually happened. In truth, Nelson Mandela died at the age of 95 in 2013. Like it or not, we're all human, we're fallible, our brains are fallible, our brains are essentially just a soggy lump of tissue with electrical impulses going by every now and then. Like with the rate that computers freeze and crash all the time, it's no wonder how things can go wrong up there. And our memories are often influenced by our environment, and remembering something after the fact is rarely a reflection on reality itself.
Memory's unreliable.
Oh, please.
No, really. Memory's not perfect. It's not even that good. Ask the police. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable.
And the Mandela effect is a case of false memories, how our memories can be influenced by suggestion, misattribution, inferences, things like that. Every time you recall a memory, it's ever so slightly corrupted and it degrades, sort of like a VHS tape. Every time you play it, it degrades and it damages it, and after so many times it becomes just a fuzzy mess. And often the phenomena of false memories is used a lot in film and TV, where the recollection of the protagonist doesn't necessarily line up with reality. It can lead to good mystery and good conflict and good drama. This is often called the unreliable narrator. An example of this could be Leonard Shelby from the film Memento. He suffers from short-term memory loss, how he can't form lasting new memories. So what he does, he tattoos key information onto his body, and ultimately he's trying to find the man who killed his wife. He tattoos clues and makes notes to himself in order to try and find who this mystery person is. He's not deliberately untruthful, but he doesn't really know what the truth is. We follow his perspective, and through his perception we see other characters tell him things, and we think, are they telling the truth? Are they lying? We don't know, and neither does he. And this does make for compelling viewing, but he's far from reliable, hence he is an unreliable narrator. Another example will be Westworld.
Your memories are precious to you, Bernard, but they will betray you.
In season 1, Bernard realises he is a host, essentially a machine, and that all his memories of his past life are just fake, just a backstory for him to anchor himself to. But in season 2, his memories are de-addressed, how it's all fragmented and things aren't necessarily in order, and seeing other items and other locations trigger other memories to come along. Now we follow Bernard with his non-linear storytelling and recollection of events. We are following him for a lot of it. Now, he doesn't necessarily know what the truth is or what is happening. He's not necessarily lying to people, but he doesn't know, and neither do we. While he tries to find out what he's going through, so are we. It also leads to seamless transitions from one scene to another if an item matches or a location matches, and we cut from one scene to another. It's just really good filmmaking there. And just drip feeding information to the audience. Like, the audience don't need to know everything from the gate. In fact, half the fun is the audience finding things out along with everyone else. There are other forms of the unreliable narrator. In 1981, William Regan devised 5 key ones. Those being the Picaro, the madman, the knave, the clown, and the liar. Both Bernard and Shelby fall into the madman in this case because it's their mental state that makes them an unreliable narrator. Picaro comes from the Spanish word for rogue or rascal. It refers to a character that tells stories but maybe embellishing or playing things up for people, essentially just lying to people really. An example of this could be Skipper from the Madagascar films.
Where are the people?
We killed them and ate their livers. Gotcha, didn't I?
And yeah, he tells the truth a lot of the time, but sometimes he lies. At one point, you don't necessarily know what is truth and what isn't. The word naif comes from the French for naive, which refers to a character whose perspective is they don't really know better. Like, say, if it's from the perspective of a child doesn't know everything that's going on. You have a certain naivety. So when you see events from that perspective, the audience can infer what's going on, even if the protagonist doesn't necessarily get the full picture. An example could be Forrest Gump. The clown is often someone who plays with narrative expectations. Ironically, a good fit will be the Joker from The Dark Knight. How he asks, "You all know how I got these scars?"
Now I see the funny side. Now I'm always smiling.
Now, we hear him say two stories which are conflicting. Both of them can't be true. It's likely that neither of them are true. But he changes it every time he tells it, therefore playing with narrative expectations and playing it to whoever he is talking to. An example of the lie could be in True Detective, where Rust and Mart are being interrogated by the police and they tell some truth, but they also tell some lies. Now, we often see flashbacks that correspond to what they're telling the police, but a lot of the times they tell the police something and then the truth is something completely different of what we're seeing, which means that we can't necessarily trust everything that these people are saying. In the words of Dr. House, everybody lies. Narratives won't be as interesting as they are if people didn't lie, and if we took everything everyone said at face value in stories, there will be very little drama, and it's good to have some drama just to keep things interesting. And it's interesting to see how characters can be unreliable in various different ways, and if we took everything at face value we wouldn't have the drama we have today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.